Good luck with that one.
Jingle! There. That's the intro.
Hi.
Hi. That's easily the dumbest one yet.
Definitely.
The thing is, I did that because I was thinking of the Gravity Falls theme, and I was like, I know, let's do clapping.
Well, it works. It's an intro.
Look, if we're going by it works because it's an intro, we're gonna have some really fucking weird intros.
Oh yeah, but that's the plan, isn't it? We're just gonna devolve into more and more madness as time goes on.
So, like regular insanity. Okay, we can't spend too much time talking about the intro because holy shit! There was so much news this week.
Yes, God bless the gaming news gods for having given us this massive bounty.
Yeah. I doubt Palmer Luckey feels the same. But we'll get to that. Yeah, we that's on the list. Don't worry.
So, to start us off, Metal Gear Survive.
Oh boy! See, the funny thing is, and this is a little bit of behind-the-scenes work, there's actually one podcast we recorded that never made it to air because Marcy was saying, I want to edit it, and didn't.
Oops.
And it ended early because, due, again, to Marcy, we started recording at 10. And I said, can we talk about Metal Gear Survive? Can we? It's going to be amazing. It's so stupid. I said, no, I'm too tired. I'm going to sleep. Thank you, well. And that was the end of that podcast. And I haven't had a chance, or better yet, an excuse to talk about Metal Gear Survive. So, let's start by talking about the fact that it had a 15 minutes of gameplay trailer thing.
Ooh.
And, you know, it was just standard sort of thing. It ended with, like, some big thing with large steps and, like, oh, God, the world is shaking with every step. So, and it's like, they didn't show it, but everyone knows it's a fucking Metal Gear, and if it isn't, then that's weird.
Yeah.
Then again, weird is kind of the theme of this game, based on one primary fact.
Kojima.
Mr. Hideo Kojima, the legendary video game developer, was questioned on this, and because there was a rumor going around saying that it was actually originally his baby, and he was making Metal Gear Survive, and when he was asked that, he said, oh no, oh god, no. His response was one of, oh please do not associate me with that. Which was a good sign to start. And he went on to say, I don't see the point of it. Because Metal Gear is a political espionage game, and I don't see where zombies fit in with that. So I want to just point out that Metal Gear Rising, acceptable. Nanomachine Sun, acceptable. Cyberfox, acceptable. Killing the world's most legendary soldier with nothing other than a lighter and some hairspray, acceptable. Quiet, acceptable.
Oh, you're bringing up quiet?
Zombies was the line that we couldn't cross. Hideo Kojima said, this doesn't make sense in the world.
But it doesn't, though.
Of course it doesn't. But there's even been zombie-like things in Metal Gear. Metal Gear Solid 5 had a zombie unit, which was like, oh, there's an infection and they're like infected with a thing and they go around and other people become them. But even that made sense for Metal Gear because brainwashing is a very common thing.
This doesn't seem like brainwashing.
These are unicorn zombies from another dimension.
That's seriously it? From another dimension?
Well, actually, you're going to another dimension, but you're still in the Metal Gear Solid 5 map for some reason. That reason is Konami didn't want to make another map. It's amazing. It's the best thing, because this is the game where Konami has to prove themselves. Chair, do you want to shut the fuck up? Thank you. This is the game where Konami has to prove themselves and say, like, we don't need Hideo Kojima, we can do whatever. And instead they've made a hyper-realistic zombie survival game
Yeah.
set in hell or something.
Or something. Definitely or something.
It's... By the way, the setup for the plot was, you know that scene at the end of Ground Zeroes, the demo that you paid way too much money for?
Yeah.
Well, in that scene, a woman's vagina explodes, and apparently that was the prequel to Metal Gear Survive, because her vagina in explosion is what opens up the portal or whatever.
Wow. Seriously.
The thing is, Kojima accepted that. That's fine. I mean, fucking... He took Raiden, a character who a lot of people didn't like, and said, okay, no, he's cool. Okay? Here's proof that he's cool. Here's him breakdancing with 2 Metal Gear Rays, and he's using them as whips.
Are you sure that's
And that wasn't even... Yes.
Huh.
It was cool because he just didn't give a shit. I was just a guy who defied death, just weirdly dancing to dodge them. And that wasn't even the most extreme Raiden got. Hell, that wasn't the most extreme Raiden got in that game.
I thought it were geckos, by the way, but... Could be mistaken.
What did I say?
Metal Gear Rays.
Oh, yeah, God, no. Rays. No.
Nah.
No, they were geckos. I just always, for some reason, say the wrong thing.
It's fine.
Christ. The one person watching who is you. Oh boy. Yeah, it's astonishing that Konami did something so crazy, so insane, that Hideo Nanomachine's son Kojima said, "No, that's crazy. What are you talking? That doesn't make sense." That is a dark sign. Because I love Hideo Kojima, but woo!
Oh boy, yeah.
He also then went on to talk shit about what Konami did to the first Metal Gear game. Because it had 2 versions in Japan, and the Famicom version, they replaced the final boss, which was the first ever Metal Gear, which I believe was a Gecko, actually, with a supercomputer. And what you did with the computer was you walked up to it and you put some C4 on it. You then walked out of the range of the C4, put some more C4 on it, and you kept on doing this as the C4 continuously blew up to try and destroy it, and it does nothing to you.
Why?
Because Konami is Konami.
And Konami deserves a good old fuck Konami.
Fuck Konami. Oh, that looks great. Oh, that looks great on the wave mode. I'm gonna have to actually edit that. Oh, that was intense. Holy shit. It's just a block.
Oh boy.
But yeah, that's Hideo motherfucking Kojima.
Oh jeez, yeah.
Now, moving along, and this isn't actually new news, this is like almost 2 weeks old now, but I only just found it out. Would you like to know who the world's #1 Overwatch player is?
Gladly.
The #1 rated Overwatch player is a guy who lives in Korea. I don't remember his username, his name, whatever. And Blizzard has not commented on this, for obvious reasons. He has played 141 games and won 0.
Huh.
This person has 0 wins. He has played 141 games with 0 wins, And his rank got so low that it was at 0. And because of how the Overwatch ranking system works, more points needed to be taken off, but you can't go into the negatives. So instead, it looped him around to the number 1 spot.
No.
A similar glitch occurred in the original Civilization with Gandhi, and this is one of the most famous glitches of all time in that game. Because he had the lowest aggression rating, but when he moved into a democracy, the aggression had to go down, but then it went past 0, and he was out for fucking blood.
Oh, so that's how that works.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That's interesting.
That's when Gandhi would say, peace be upon everyone. Except my enemies, they will die!
Rains nukes down upon them. Oops.
Justice rains from above. But Blizzard hasn't commented on this for very obvious reasons. Because let's be real, if people found out you could do this, nobody would be trying to win games. It's bad enough as it is. You get attacked Torbians, but like I have a group that I play with, just random people I've found, and they're thankfully halfway competent. I'm halfway competent, but
good match then.
Yeah, and we just play with each other very so often. But anytime I go into a game, I was in a quick play game just about an hour or two ago, and there were some people. I joined the game and I was like, okay, look, I really want to play some Reaper, so I'm just going to play some Reaper. But before I could even lock him, we had 2 Reapers, a Genji, and a Soldier 76.
Ooh.
It's like, and also 1 Mercy, and I then went Roadhog. And I said, how about instead of 2 Reapers and a Genji, we get another tank and another healer? How about that? And all I got was, I'll change if it doesn't work out. Like, of course this won't work.
But if it doesn't work out, then your point is done.
Well, they didn't change anyway, so... No, wait, sorry, they did change. To Junkrat.
GG.
People don't get how to play the game, and it's infuriating. Like, it's especially frustrating, because the next game I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm playing Reaper. I don't give a shit. I'm playing some goddamn Reaper. I go in, and everyone, and like 2 people clicked on Roadhog. No, wait, sorry, I clicked on Roadhog first, so I was like, yeah, I know I'm going to be ending up in a tank role anyway. And then someone else clicked on Roadhog, so I was like, okay, fine, I'll play some Reaper. I don't know why you just copied me, but sure. And someone else clicks on Roadhog.
Okay, then.
And like, all Roadhog. Like, and I said, no. Then they went, and then everyone else went Roadhog, including our Mercy. So I was like, fine. So I went Roadhog. A couple of them die and immediately switch. It's like, oh, no. If you're gonna do it, you're gonna fucking commit.
Oh yeah, you should commit to your fucking stupidity. And if you're gonna switch, at least switch to a Lucio then.
I mean, that was the first person who did switch. They switched to a Lucio.
Which
like,
makes sense, though. But yeah.
Well, no, because the problem wasn't that we didn't have enough sustain. We were 6 fucking Roadhogs. It was that they had people who could counter Roadhog.
D.Va?
No.
D.Va is a pretty good counter against him.
She's not the worst. But, you know, Reaper.
Yeah, true. Whoa, that was a volume spike. Sorry.
Yeah, just... Sometimes I want to just say, fuck, you guys are all idiots. You know nothing about this game. Have you ever even heard of video games? But I don't.
Nothing, Jon Snow.
I don't know that
it's
name.
A shitty
I don't watch
meme.
Game of Thrones. I don't watch Game of Thrones. I
don't either, and that's why it's funny.
Sure. But yeah, it's just so infuriating because you know how you get a lot of guys who play Soldier 76 a lot, and they're like, "God, nobody ever gets in my biotic field." It's like I play Reinhardt. How the fuck do you think I feel?
Hmm.
I've got Mercies running out in front of my shield and dying, and then blaming me.
Generally, it's the other way around. Like, Mercy's just yelling at the Reinhardt for, "Hey, come on, stay still. I can't heal you like this."
Not every Mercy's good. I also something else that I fucking hate in Overwatch. This is my biggest pet peeve. Is when people when I say like, hey, could we maybe get like a Zenyatta to help our Lucio? And then the Lucio switches to Zenyatta, and it's like, no. We want good. We need more than one healer. We need more than one healer and 4 Reapers.
Ugh. Disgusting.
It's like I play Reaper. I really like Reaper, but I only get to play him like once every couple of weeks if I'm lucky, because people will insta-lock other heroes, and it's like, oh fuck. It's like I go straight in, like, okay, I'm playing Reaper. I've picked him immediately, so you all know this is who I want to play.
And then another douchebag still decides to pick Reaper.
No, because then it's like, oh, so you're picking Reaper. All right, well, I'll go Genji. Well, if he's playing Genji, then I'll play Soldier 76. Well, if he's playing Soldier 76, I think McCree is what we need here. Well, you know what? I ship McCree with Hanzo, so I'm going to go with Hanzo. Like, no,
What?
fuck.
And then suddenly you have 5 attacks and 1 defense, and you're like, why?
And that's the point when I have to switch, and I go fucking... I usually go to a tank, because I'm better with the tanks than I am the healers. I play Lucio because he's the most to my style in that he can help the most people at once.
Lucio!
Lucio Ball!
That's gonna be a fun one.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
It is genuinely infuriating sometimes.
Yeah.
Or then you get, like, the attack Torbjorn, and you're like, maybe don't play Torbjorn on attack in competitive mode. It's like, no, don't worry, trust me, I've got this. Like, no, you don't.
Puts his turret on the fucking payload. Why?
No, because a Killdozer can work, and I've made Killdozers work. Hell, I've been that guy before now. But the thing is, I also understand how it works and why it works. And if I see that it doesn't work within the first 2 tries, I switch.
Yeah. They're fun to do,
to a
though.
Bastion. Well, they're the most fun if you just have the Torbjorn sit emote and do what I do, which is sit down on the payload with your turret just behind you while spamming "Hard work pays off! Hard work pays off!"
And then you kindly ask your someone in your team to switch to Reinhardt if you don't have one yet.
No, there's always a Reinhardt.
True.
There's always
Reinhardt
a
is meta.
Reinhardt is Western meta. Because, funny enough, Korea has its own meta.
Yeah, of course Korea has its own meta.
Well, because Western meta is what's called the Death Ball, where you've got Reinhardt in front, you've got like 76. No, not 76. You got like McCree behind him. You got like a Mercy. Actually, no, probably Lucio and Ana or something.
Yeah.
And you're just keeping the team going, and it's like this little area where if anyone comes within your sight, they'll die. Yeah, that's the Western meta. Is things working? Oh dear. We'll be right back! And we're back! We're very sorry about that, but when somebody's Audacity fucks up, we all have to stop. That's how it works.
Yep, but my entire PC just kind of decided to freeze for some reason. I couldn't hear Discord either anymore.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, the Korean meta, that's like,
Yes.
the main tank of that is Winston, because they use what's called dive comps, where you use very mobile heroes. So you've got like your Winston, you've got maybe your Reaper, 76, Tracer, very popular. But then
Tracer here.
Cheers, love! The cavalry's here! That's the best I can do. And you've got like a Lucio, and you've got an Ana. Now, the Ana's important because of her ultimate, and it's the most overpowered thing in the fucking game. And that's just kind of what they do. They just go like... They just dive straight onto the point. It's a very big mobility focus, and their games end quicker.
It's like, noom, and you're done.
Yeah, because they focus so heavily on mobility. Like, funny enough, the World Championships is actually going on right now.
Oh, cool.
Yes, and Team Great Britain lost because Stylosa's a fuck.
Of course.
It's not actually. I'm sure he's a lovely fellow. I'm gonna try and get him on the podcast one day. He won't, but fuck it. Funny enough,
man can dream.
Funny enough, Team Australia. Guess who they're being led by?
Please tell me it's Ain't Sailbread.
No, it's Muselk.
Ah, well that makes sense.
He's their team leader, but apparently Zilbrad was not allowed to enter. For whatever reason.
No.
For whatever reason, if the rumors are correct, it would be hilarious if that was the case. They were just like, we can't have a Bastion main. We just can't. That would humor me endlessly. But but yeah, like.
But yeah.
I'm actually just gonna look up who's taking part in the World Cup. Want to meet the teams? Command. So the final teams are Sweden, Germany, France, Finland, Russia, Spain, Team USA, because of course. Actually, who is in Team USA? Yep. Hi, Seagull.
Yeah, obviously.
Seagull team captain, of course.
Of course. Like, that just makes sense.
It was gonna be Seagull just because he's got the biggest fucking reach. Everybody knows Seagull. He had 50% of all votes for him to take part.
Huh.
Team Canada, Team Brazil, Team Chile, Team China, Team South Korea, because of course, Team Taiwan, Team Singapore, Team Thailand, and Team Australia.
Australia.
Actually, the team thing that they go by is Team ANZ.
Huh.
Oh yeah, Australia and New Zealand. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, am.
Team Australia. I'm gonna see who else is in there.
There's Muselk, Refs, Termo, Kura, Yuki, and Hey Katie.
Huh. Wasn't Tyradin also gonna join in on some competition?
Maybe, but it's not national. It's not the World Cup.
Fair enough.
Anyway, we still have a lot of news to get through, including the biggest piece.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So VR is a wonderful thing. I'm sure we can all agree.
Oh, absolutely.
It's fantastic. Which VR device you use is up to you, of course. HTC Vive. If you know what's up. But the creator of Oculus, Mr. Palmer Luckey, he has been found to helping with a particular group online And these are the actual words which every single journalist had to use: shitposting about Hillary Clinton and producing pro-Trump memes.
Oh, love it.
So, this is beautiful for a few reasons. One, memes are apparently something we're considering important to a presidential election.
Well, yeah, have you seen Hillary Clinton's campaign?
Yeah, and she's the one who needs to win. It's,
Oh, absolutely, but that's beside the point.
And it's very surprising to me that we're at a point where there are such a thing as allegations of being a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
How the fuck? You can allegate someone to be a fucking murderer. Oh my god.
Being a Trump supporter is quite something unique.
I mean, it's similar to being a murderer. But worse, because it's legal.
Yeah. Ooh.
But it gets so bad. The developers of games have turned on Oculus Rift.
Yup.
People are, very, I've forgotten the word. People are boycotting, Oculus Rift. So, yesterday, Luckey confirmed that he made a $10,000 donation to, a pro-Donald Trump, non-profit group.
Okay.
Now, I'm gonna read through some of these people who have decided not to support him. In a political climate as fragile and horrifying as this one, we cannot tactically endorse these actions by supporting Luckey or his platform, wrote Polytron, developers of Super Hypercube, a PlayStation VR title that will apparently now remain an exclusive.
Ooh.
Another developer, Augustine Cords, told Kotaku that he will not support Oculus until the situation with Luckey is resolved. Cords' horror game Asylum had been considered a good candidate, but now he says that he won't do anything that increases the wealth of a company, which in turn would increase the wealth of a tech leader promoting racism.
Yeah.
There are a few others that are fucking great. Let's see if I can find them. Apparently Miss Leslie Jones. Wait, hang on. I'm sorry. I haven't read this particular thing before. But, look, I read the old one on my phone, I don't know where it is. My favorite was, Alchemy Labs, the creators of Job Simulator.
Oh, yes.
They made a tweet about it. And I'm gonna see if I can find it. Alchemy Labs, address. Let's see if I can find this, because I'm a professional. Yes. On a scale from 1 to literal garbage, today is firmly in garbage territory. Hashtag humans why.
Yep. Because this is just something else.
It's it's shocking. It's genuinely shocking.
Yep.
The
Apparently they're working on a Rick and Morty simulator. Cool.
Yes. And it's amazing. I haven't seen anything of it, but it's already amazing because it's Rick and Morty. But yeah, it just shocks me. It fucking shocks me.
I am very much glad that these people are basically boycotting and revoking Oculus Rift support for as long as, you
Hmm.
know, just
Well,
Lucky keeps doing his thing.
well, a couple of people said we don't want to boycott it because that's just creating impossible bullshit for people who want to play our game, and it's not their fault, so we're not going to punish them. Instead,
Mm.
we're just gonna donate $10,000 to Hillary Clinton's campaign directly. So fuck you. Two or three people
Nice.
did that, including the developers of Wave Motion Beat, I believe it's called, which is an HTC Vive exclusive.
I think it's wave motion beat, yeah. HTC Vive Rhythm game. It's basically what it is, right?
Yeah.
Audio Shield is apparently one.
Was it Audio Shield? I don't think so.
Mm. It's fine.
It's also very strange that Trump is being supported by someone who's developing VR because Trump doesn't like tech.
Mm. You should. It's the world's best investment that you could ever make. But yeah.
Actually, Luckey has said that while he did make a donation to the group, he would instead be voting for Mr. Gary Johnson, who is liberal. No.
Okay. Doesn't mean
if
shit.
that's people lying in a politics-related event, oh,
Yeah,
I
because
it's
your vote can remain anonymous. You're pretty much free to just say that you're gonna vote for someone and just not.
like you could just say I'm gonna write in a vote where I draw a picture of a rabbit and I vote for that rabbit. I want
Hmm.
that rabbit to leave my fucking country. That's a fair vote. That's a legitimate vote that you could do. It's not one you
Yeah.
should do because you should. The thing is, I don't want to be in this discussion. I don't think this is the place to have this discussion because
This is not a politics podcast. No,
it,
it's
it
just not.
I want to be very uninvolved with this because the thing is, I consider myself in some respect to be a comedian. I don't want to take easy jokes. Come on, Trump.
Hey.
It, it's just disgraceful that this is the point we've gotten to. People say like, "Oh, we're gonna boycott him. We don't want to promote someone who's promoting racism." It's like, it's. I'm sorry. Could the people who decided that Trump was okay to be in the poll, could you fucking listen to that, please?
Hmm. The fact that people would rather boycott a fucking politician than make money because, well, okay,
Yeah,
it's still a niche market, but still, that's money to be made.
it's a niche market spread across multiple platforms, so they need to spread it as much as fucking possible. So the
Yeah.
fact they're boycotting it makes it even fucking worse.
Yeah. That's gonna cut into their sales. Well, yeah, a lot of people do actually have Oculus Rifts in some form of or another. Whether this be, the prototype versions that they were already putting out way back, or the newer versions.
Mm. In a way, I feel bad for Lucky. In a way, I do, because, man, I'm sure he did not want this. I'm sure that
Obviously, yeah.
this was like the bottom. Because if he's saying he's voting for Gary Johnson, and I've listened to his stuff, and it's his main campaign speech is saying like America needs a goddamn adult. and I am gonna be that fucking adult. It's like, okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's fair, but it's not. Voting for him isn't gonna do shit now.
The thing is, I actually very much believe with his policies. I think that Gary Johnson has very good policies, because he's saying, okay, let's fucking sit and think about this shit for a minute. First of all, legal weed, there's no fucking reason not to have it. We're just gonna have it.
Mm.
And he's saying, like, we're gonna try and end that fucking war that we've got going on, because we don't want a war. We're gonna start letting more immigrants in. Not because we wanna, we're not gonna risk having terrorists in our country. No, more people die of peanuts than they do terrorists.
Yeah.
And the thing is, after the whole France attacks, America was saying, like, we need a tougher screening process. Meanwhile, it has the toughest screening process in the world already. And France said, this is going to remain a free country. We're going to keep our fucking promise to let Syrian refugees in.
Yep.
Like, thank you, fucking France. America?
Human beings.
America, if you want to keep being able to talk shit on France, you're gonna have to step up the game. Come on.
Get your act in order.
They're looking like better people than you are. Not that that's hard.
Oh.
I'm sorry,
shade.
man. I'm sorry.
Shade.
No. Because you know what happens
Nah.
every fucking time there's a shooting? Someone comes out and someone says, how many more people have to die?
And America says more.
And you know what the thing is? I know the answer to that question. One. One more person has to die. But it's got to be someone specific. It has to be the child of a senator.
Oh, yeah.
They have to lose their kid. Not like their wife or their husband or whatever. No. It's got to be someone they created and have seen since their very fucking birth. Then, they're going to realize, oh... And I'm not saying that someone needs to go out and do that. I'm just saying that's what it would take. They need to lose as much as everyone else is losing because they don't have a concept of it.
That's a good point, actually.
Like, do you really think that if it was bring your daughter to work day and you had like a state senator or something, like, let's just for the sake of argument, and I know he's not a state senator, let's just for the sake of argument say it's Obama. Let's just say Obama's in there. And we're just going to, for the sake of this, pretend that Obama's pro-NRA, because that's all it is at this point. He's like the head of the NRA or whatever. Actually, no. The head of the NRA, whoever that is, he's just sitting there in his office, he's bringing your daughter to work day. He's doing like, writing on some fucking legislation about how you need to be able to walk into a gun store with a bazooka and ask for missiles. You need to be able to ask for that. He's writing all that fucking down. And then some fucking guy wearing full body armor and holding an assault rifle and a couple hundred bullets that he got off the internet breaks down the door, kills a bunch of security, kills a kid, and gets like, I want to say like 8 or 9 people before they finally take him out. Then that man is just left there, watching the life drain out of his daughter's eyes. Do you really think at that point he's gonna say, if only we had more guns in here. Well, time to dump this kid down in the river? No. Because the thing is, once you realize that guns are made specifically and have no other use than killing people, then you realize, oh, maybe we shouldn't give one of these to everyone. I mean, like, a couple of weeks ago, we said on our podcast, like, if you ever buy a sword or, like, a crossbow, at some point you're going to want to use it. You're going to want to have a play. So you need to learn how to use it and what end to not point at yourself. The exact same thing goes for guns. Eventually, you're going to want to shoot it. And if you think you've got that self-control, people who live in your house probably won't.
Truth.
There have been a fair few reported incidents of kids killing themselves without understanding what a gun does because there was one just lying around in the fucking house.
Yeah, looks down the barrel, squeeze trigger, dead.
What's in here? If I pull, oh, I know. Is this like a water gun? It's like a water. I've got a water gun. Here, Molly, my sister. Oh God! That's a thing that happens in modern day. It's like fuck, man. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah. And to steal from the very famous now Jim Jeffries bit, like, you're more likely to kill yourself with a gun than anyone else. And if you say like, oh, I'm a responsible gun owner, I keep my gun in a safe, then what fucking good is it? Someone breaks into your house, like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. Oh, you came into the wrong fucking ass, mate. Just give me a minute while I try and remember the safe code. Let's see, was it a birthday? Was it my mother-in-law's birthday?
Yeah, no, but your safe also is like... Imagine if your safe is like one of those with a number pad that actually beeps.
Yeah.
So, he clearly knows you've got a safe as well then.
Plus, how fucking paranoid are you? You know, if you're just sitting in there, in your room, thinking the entire world is out to get you, trust me, people don't care that much about you. You are not that important to the grand scheme of life. And everyone knows it, including you. You just have a gun so you can feel like someone might want to kill you.
Yeah.
It's kind of shocking that when I say, like, oh, I don't want to talk about politics, I then go on a 5-minute rant about gun control. It is ludicrous, though.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. When will it end?
So much drama. So much drama.
Yeah, and Trump wants more guns, so that's why I'm against him. The funny thing is, America is very pro-gun, as we're all familiar, because of the NRA. The NRA have actually made it so there are 30 years worth of murders that have not yet been solved.
Also because of the Second Amendment.
That's why the NRA exists, but the NRA just make it worse and worse and worse, because the Second Amendment just says you have the right to have a gun.
Yup.
The NRA have said you have the right to have a gun, and you can bring it to children's birthday parties, even if it's loaded, and you can shoot it into the air a couple of times. Just try not to point it at a kid.
Yeah.
The adults
also,
are fine if they owe you some money.
University.
You can, honest to God, walk into a shopping mall with an AK-47 on your back, a sidearm at your hip, and a shotgun in your hands, and that is illegal.
Yep.
The police will shoot you because if you walk in fully kitted like that, yeah, you're probably going to use it.
Hang on.
Your plan isn't.
Oh yeah.
Your plan isn't to meet Jim and like show off like, yeah, look at these new shotgun shells I got. I had to put them in here because I didn't have a bag, so.
But yeah, this brings me to a little point that I recently saw that I just fucking loved. The University of Texas at Austin, at some point or another, decided, you know what? Sure, let's let the students bring their fucking guns to school. They're allowed to do that. However, according to the rules, you're not allowed to brandish a dildo. Something entirely harmless. You could at most probably cause some blunt force trauma, but it wouldn't be fatal lest you choke someone with it.
You know what I find the funniest thing about that?
What?
That means that, let's just pretend that life is a game of Saints Row for a minute. You could walk into the university district with every gun in the game. Every single one. And be like, yeah. But you can't bring the dildo back.
You can't take out the Dominator.
The best weapon in the game. Even if it's terrible, it's the best weapon in the game because it's a giant dildo bat.
Yeah, so some students decided, let's start the initiative Cox, not Glocks, which is just the most beautiful catchphrase.
As it should be. Like, it's not a tricky one. Just...
And they started taking, like, dildos to school and handing them out to people that were protesting as well. They had, like, an actual table with, like, dozens of fucking dildos lined up on top of it.
Mm.
I loved that.
Like, whenever... If Texans ever ask me, oh, why are you stereotyping me to be like some wannabe cowboy? Well, for one thing, you talk like one. For another, this shit.
Yup.
Texan accent is very cowboy-like, isn't it?
Pretty cowboy-like, yep. Let me see the numbers.
You know, I actually found out recently. Cowboys existed 200 years ago. They were a thing.
Yeah.
You ever heard of the Battle of the OK Corral?
No, I don't. Also, cowboys were, by the way, a lot of them were Mexicans.
Yes. But the Battle of the OK Corral is one of the most famous shootouts in history. And despite that, I only found out about it like 2 weeks ago. It had, funny enough, one of the people who took part is some guy. He was the definition of a dead-eye shot.
Ooh.
Like, what he did once in a gunfight was he said, I'm gonna shoot you in your left eye. He then let his opponent draw first, and then shot him in the eye. The left one specifically, of course.
Of course.
Because he promised he would.
He didn't lie.
He let the other guy draw the gun first as well. Because that's the kind of badass that he was, and he did it every time, because that's how quick he was. He took part in the Battle of the OK Corral. That happened very, very late 1800s. There is not even 30-year difference between World War I and cowboys. Let's think about that for a moment.
Well, consider the fact that World War One had armored fucking cavalry.
World War One was like the world being kicked up the balls to try and grow up a bit. It's like, oh shit, fuck. How do we do this? How do we fill out this tax form? I don't know. Draw a dinosaur on it. Just do anything. Do anything if it works. And that's World War One summed up.
Sounds about right, actually. Yeah.
Just draw the dinosaur. Just fuck. We don't have a dinosaur pen. Fuck. It's I don't know. Draw like a pterodon. That's still a dinosaur pen. Fuck. Draw a whale. Maybe a whale. That was basically World War One. And every strategy they tried was just them trying to figure shit out.
Yep, and then mustard gas was a thing, and Belgium was sad.
Belgium was very sad.
I still love that.
But they couldn't openly weep. No, they had to weep quietly while holding their breath. Look, man, it was self-inflicted, okay?
Yeah.
That's one of the few major incidences of friendly fire in history. Though my favorite wartime thing I've ever heard is the definition of famous last words. Because there was this guy, a very famous admiral, who was sitting on his horse, and everyone was like, "Sir, you're gonna have to get down." He's like, their guns could not possibly shoot me from here. He was then shot in the head and died. By the enemy. And that was the first person to ever die because of gun rifling.
Huh.
And if you're not familiar with what rifling is, that's you know how every time someone draws like the inside of a barrel of gun, they've got like the little line things that circle
Spirals.
around. Yeah, the spirals, man. That yeah, that's gun rifling. It makes the bullet spin so that it goes further. Aerodynamics.
Hmm. Ye-
It's very interesting. But anyway, we got through that surprisingly quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, we can definitely talk more about some of this shit.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
Dear.
let's talk about. That was an article I read, and this was we're all familiar with the PS4 Pro at this point.
Ooh, yes.
They well, we're also familiar that within the same week that the PS4 Pro was announced, every one of their promises fell apart, like all of them.
Yeah.
And well, I read an article on a site I will not name, and they said, "Oh, it's truly an absolute visual upgrade. You can definitely see the difference as long as you're playing on a Sony TV. I mean, you can still see a difference on not a Sony TV, but that's where it really comes alive. Like, how much did they pay you? How much did they fucking pay you? Just tell me. I'll respect you more for it. Or less, depending on how much they paid you. If it was a low price, I won't respect them. But they then went on to say that it's like the visual upgrade from the PS3 to the PS4 all over again, and at a very reasonable price of the launch price of a PS4.
Yeah. Let's just get 60 FPS first, and then we'll talk, Sony.
Sony, I appreciate the fact that you're trying. I don't appreciate what you're doing with that effort.
Hmm.
Could you, instead of this, maybe, just maybe, bug Atlas into making a Persona 4 PC version? Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Also, Persona 5. Don't you fucking.
Definitely
Don't
Persona
you
5.
fucking. Fuck me on this, alright? 4 and 5. PC. I want it tomorrow.
Ooh.
Actually, I wanted it a few months ago. Persona 4 is 7 years old. Just give it to me.
Yeah. Like, fucking, there's plenty of other game companies that are really gladly willing to just reboot their game on any system. Looking at you, Square Enix.
Yeah, but fucking Atlas is annoyingly fucking committed. How dare they have
Yeah.
integrity to their fucking contracts? Ugh.
Right?
The
How
most,
dare they respect their sponsors?
the closest I could honestly do is if I got like a PS Vita emulator and played Persona 4 Golden, because those are apparently fairly solid on PC. But I don't own Persona 4 Golden, so I can't.
Aw, that sucks.
Though today I very nearly did buy a PS Vita.
Oh, huh.
Now, I actually want to talk about that price of that PS Vita.
Oh boy.
See, the PS Vita itself, without a box or anything, was £90.
Okay.
You know, that's fairly reasonable. It's not doing the best. The game library is a joke, but it does cost a certain amount, and I get that. So I'm like, yeah, I'll get that. Let's see, what game do I want? Well, you've got Tearaway, you've got Corpse Party, you've got FIFA, and that's about it.
And
That's
then
all.
a whole library of visual novels.
No, that's just all they had there. I mean,
Wow.
yeah, because it's a trade-in store. But
Ah.
I was like,
excellent.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to get, and I ended up picking up Tearaway. I was like, yeah, I kind of wanted to get a different one, but I don't think you would let me have it because I don't have ID on me. Oh, we shouldn't mention that because I probably could have let you off, but the boss was right there. Oh no, I'm 19. Oh, when you're fine, just go get it. Oh, cool. So I went and got GTA Vice City Stories for the PSP.
Nice.
But he pointed out, oh, this is a PSP game. Yeah, that reminds me, the PSP is backwards compatible, right? No. Fuck's sake. And the thing is, I want a PS Vita for 3 reasons.
Oh boy.
Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Tag Force 2.
Okay.
Because that game's amazing. Maybe Vice City Stories. Maybe a little bit of that.
Maybe.
Maybe some Tearaway if we're feeling saucy.
Mm.
And just like try and get some nice PS Vita stuff. Oh yeah, and of course, Persona 4 Golden. Of course.
Mm.
You can't fucking get Persona 4 Golden. So infuriating. Because it's the main reason why I would buy the console, and I can't get it. So, but yeah, the total price of if I got Tearaway, which is the cheapest Vita game, I also got the memory card I would need. It came to about £120.
So 30 extra for the game and the SD card.
Yeah, for the things that you need.
Does it have an online store?
Yeah, it's got the PSN, but there is a version of the PS Vita without Wi-Fi. I think there is. I may be wrong. I may be thinking of the PSP. But that sums it up.
Yeah, I remember when there were 3D or just normal DSs and DS Lites that should have been able to connect to the internet, but because of versions and create dates, some of them just couldn't.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Mine couldn't.
It's stupid. Mine couldn't either.
Yeah.
Luckily my 3DS does.
I mean, just the thing is, the PS Vita has a lot of potential and none of it's been tapped. Not in a Western market. I might actually buy a Japanese PS Vita and just get a bunch of fucking just get a bunch of Japanese fucking Vita games. Get like some visual novels. Just fuck it.
Yeah.
Because what the Vita is good
Get
for.
that game where you jerk off your PS Vita.
Oh god, I forgot that existed. Because what the PS Vita is good for is you're lying in bed and you got your PS Vita there and you're like, fuck it, I'll put an hour into this. That's what it's great for. I can't get that from the 3DS because the games I have on my 3DS are Xenoblade Chronicles, Pokemon, and Smash Bros.
Yeah.
I don't get a lot of handheld games because I don't fucking care. It's like, oh, do you want to get this? Like, no, not really.
You know, I do think that Animal Crossing would work great for you for that purpose, but
I hate
on
Animal
the other
Crossing.
hand,
I've tried
Yeah.
Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing isn't a game, it's a fucking job. It's a job that you're
Yeah.
expected to do for the love of it, and I hate jobs like that. It's like, oh, just jump on every single day, and if you don't, then fuck you, man. What the hell?
I mean, for a person like myself, it's great because I like, if I worked up the habit doing things in a routine. So it's great busy work, just, something to keep you busy with and casually play around with cute animals that talk and have houses for some reason.
If I'm gonna get a game that's busy work, I already have it, and it's a visceral cleanup detail.
Good point.
But that's my podcast game. I was listening to a podcast, time for some viscera. One of the other games I have that I put on while I'm playing on doing a little podcast. League
Used to do
isn't
it
that.
with Eurotrack.
Ish. I can't do it with Eurotruck anymore. I just lost any interest in it. Floating
Yeah,
Point,
fair.
I fucking love Floating Point.
Mm.
I can't do Minecraft. Like I just can't. I just get bored.
Mm.
It's like, oh yeah, Minecraft. Woo.
I imagine Stardew Valley.
No, actually.
Oh, right, fishing demands attention, doesn't it?
Not like I, not really, because I'm good at it. But
One of the few people that is good at fishing in Stardew Valley, ladies and gentlemen.
I play a lot of games. Stardew Valley fishing is one of the few that I'm good at. And I'm actually recording a small Stardew Valley series, which is going to be like a little, ooh boy, we're doing some Stardew Valley. It's like a character piece. And I'm also actually working on a thing, the first in a not regular series, just like whenever I want to talk about a thing, like here's the series for that, like a discussion series.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm just going to call it Let's Talk, followed by the subject. So,
Oh boy.
should I announce the first one?
Hmm?
Should I announce the first one? Because I haven't begun, like, the editing or recording work on it yet, but the script is basically done.
Oh, I know what
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So, the first thing that I've actually been working on the past few weeks is Let's Talk Hajime no Ippo. Because Hajime no Ippo
Yes.
is the best shonen anime.
And if you want to find out why, watch the video.
That would be very effective if there were anyone listening. Like,
Shush.
you have social
Okay.
media reach. Go and use it.
I have been using it.
Fucking good then. It's like, because here's the thing. I really like being able to talk about anime, but I don't watch a lot of anime. I'm not one of those people who keeps up on the season. I'm not like, hey, let's talk about ReZero and why the main character, why Subaru is a fucking idiot for saying that he loves Amelia.
So you've caught up on that meme, haven't you?
Dude, everyone has. Like, I haven't watched the show, and even I know it makes no fucking sense. I've had the show explained to me by people who are fans at my college, and they've been like, yeah, so, like, he resets life every time he dies with, like, checkpoint type things with a big Russian man selling Irish man selling him apples. And it's like, oh, okay. And dying is really unpleasant, and every time it resets, he's like, oh, I love Amelia, but it makes no sense. He's got this character standing at his side, fighting for him every single fucking time, constantly being there, doing everything she can to make sure that fucker doesn't die again. And then she's like, I love you, and he's like, yeah, fuck ya.
Yep. ReZero in a nutshell.
Like, if you want to hear, like, actual concise thoughts on that, go and watch, The Anime Zone with Giguk. Go and watch that. He knows what he's talking about. He actually watched it.
We're just a bunch of nerds who speculate.
Yeah, but Hajime no Ippo I do know, and I can talk about animation, and I can talk about why certain things have to be the way they are. And I'll admit, the very beginning of Hajime no Ippo doesn't hold up in every respect. It's the animation looks a little bit dated, but you can still watch it perfectly fine. It's not like Trigun, where the animation can be distracting.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very... See, my problem with a lot of shonen anime is they really undermine what it takes to fight people. And a lot of them have, like, some big advantage that's, like, the reason that they can do their fighting thing. And I get that. I completely understand that. Because it's a shonen. You want to make them fight. with Naruto, it's like, oh, I heal really quickly. With Goku, it's I've got a million extra lives because fuck you.
That's a good one. But yeah, we can carry. You can carry on that conversation in your video.
Yes. But stay tuned, and you know what? Maybe next week on the podcast we'll get a special guest or some shit if you're good. Maybe we'll do that. I don't fucking know. Marcy, you have friends who are somewhat well known, right?
uh,
Great. It works perfectly. I know who I'm going to ask you if you can get on, but we're not going to get into that now. Instead, how about we take a little break?
Yeah, that works for me.
Alright, well, when we come back, we're going to talk. What do you want to talk? I think D&D, maybe?
Probably, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay, so fairly well, we'll be back in a minute.
Bye.
Alright, there we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a piss as well.
Have fun.
I return.
Hello.
Hello. Bonjour. What's that?
Okay, yeah. Let's also just do this. So, hi, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing alright.
I just cleared 35.7 gigabytes from my recycling bin.
Dang.
And subsequently gained about 60 hours of disk-based recording for Audacity.
Nice. Let me see how much I have got.
Because I hadn't deleted the podcasts from my computer. They were taking up some space.
Yeah, they tend to do that. Oh boy, 7 gigs.
Ugh. I deleted 35 gigs from my recycling bin.
How does your recycling bin even hold that much?
I don't know.
I do believe that at some point or another, actually, like, your recycling bin just starts to refute.
Like, no, I can't. I cannot take this anymore.
But yeah, I've got 637 hours of recording space left.
Yeah, I need to get a new. I think I need to just stick on an additional hard drive, like an extra terabyte. That'd do me well.
Or just get yourself, if you got the money, just get yourself a... what's it called again? An SSD?
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you good to continue? Speaking of,
Yes, I want to do the intro.
Oh wait, hang on. There's something I thought of that we might be able to talk about, but I've forgotten what it is.
Oh fuck! Should have write it down.
Well, I remembered it for like 3 seconds, and I was like, eh.
I hate it when that happens.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
just think
yes,
about
the Assassin's Creed thing.
Oh, the Assassin's Creed thing. Yes. Okay, write that down.
No, we can just talk about that now.
Okay.
Do the intro, ho.
Hey, we're back. Welcome back.
That's gonna fucking destroy headphone users.
Oh, I know it.
I think that may have destroyed my mother, who's just in the other room hearing this every so often. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, my mother probably heard as well.
Yeah. But yes, while we were gone, I remembered a very important topic that I actually really, really wanted to discuss.
Yes.
So, we're all familiar with Ubisoft and how they really like money.
Mm-hmm.
Which, to be fair, you know, who doesn't? Ubisoft has been in the news for 2 separate things this week. First of all, Ubisoft got to test the NX.
Oh.
And Ubisoft's guys said, you know what? When you make anything, you learn from the mistakes of it. Even if it was a complete success, you learn what mistakes you made during it. So,
yes.
For example, a development cycle where you spend 3 months developing the wrong thing and then you change it at the last minute. That
is.
Or in the case, I mean, Blizzard, when they announced Overwatch, they hadn't yet filed for a patent on the name, or a trademark even.
Really?
Yeah, and someone else trademarked the name for something completely different.
Oh my gosh.
So Blizzard gave them a large amount of money. It was like, can we just have the name? We've already started advertising it. It's like they're like, this is a lot of money. Okay. You can have my dog if you want it. Fuck. That'll be another 3 million.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. But yeah, Ubisoft was saying like, yeah, it looks like they've really learned from their mistakes. I think it's going to be great. That's very encouraging.
Mm.
It also does seem, because there was possibly maybe a leak, that the NX may have had a design leak. Somebody may have leaked the design from the guys who are building it. Funny enough, the same people building the PS4.
Neat.
I never knew that was a part
there were patent leaks already. Well, technically, that's not a leak, but...
well, they also filed for the trademark of a third Chrono Trigger game, but that never got made, did it? Did it, Square?
Ooh.
Look, man, Chrono Trigger's a great game, okay? We need more.
It is great.
And I mean Chrono Trigger, not Chrono Cross.
Yay.
This is a game where the characters are really good and strong. Have 1 million of them. Spread themselves very thin.
Yeah, that's probably one of the games with the most playable characters.
Yeah, it's like, I'll give them this much. It was like, there is genuine variation between them. Like, there's the chef who was a pro wrestler. There was a fox lady who was in a fighting pit or whatever.
There was Magus. Just Magus.
No, Magus wasn't in that game.
I'm pretty sure there was a Magus in that game.
No, there was someone who is theorized to be Magus, but there's no Magus. And also Lavos isn't mentioned until like really close to the end, and it's like, oh, Lavos!
And that's how the games get tied together. Whoa.
Well, there's also a scene where you meet Chrono, Marl, and I forgot.
Luckey?
Yes, Luca. There's a scene where you meet them, and it's like they tell you about Lavos, but
Eh,
yeah,
cool, I suppose. But yeah, back to the next thing in Ubisoft.
yes. I was saying it looks good. That's a good sign because it could have gone absolutely fucking horribly, and it has been leaked that it does. This is very possibly not the actual case, but the design
All
from what we understand,
conjecture.
yeah. Like even the fucking article I was reading started it with rumor, NX design leak. I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. So this may very well be incorrect, but it does look like the handheld and main home console hybrid that people were saying.
Mm.
Most worryingly, it looks to have like a Wii U tablet type thing, and that the tablet was the
There was
weakest.
no use for that.
The tablet was there for the sake of being there.
For being a cricket bat in Zombie U.
Yeah, but then why not just use the Wiimote? It's already better designed for
Yeah.
that. The Wii U tablet is better designed for being like a metal folding chair. You know, like
Well, it's got enough fucking surface area to sit on.
yeah, some people have. You still can't buy a Wii U tablet. If
Just separately.
if yours breaks, well, you better buy a new Wii U
Oh boy.
because you can't sync tablets to other Wii U's. That's the reason.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a shame. Ugh,
Yep.
well, good morning.
But yeah. You know what the thing is? I'm kind of down for the NX because the best thing on the Wii U is its games, and I fucking hate the Wii U.
I'm not gonna buy a Wii U for Breath of the Wild. Fuck off.
If I were to buy a Wii U, it would be for Bayonetta 2.
Ooh, good
It would,
one.
it would be Bayonetta 2, maybe Mighty 101. Or what was it called? Whatever.
Yeah, I think it's Mighty 101.
Yeah. And I think there's maybe like one or two other games on there. Oh yeah, the Twilight Princess and Wind Waker remakes. Which is very
Oh, the
telling.
Wonderful 101.
Wonderful 101. Yeah, it's very telling that there's one original game that I want on there.
Yeah. Kinda sad.
Nintendo's had a weird relationship ever since the Wii, because its development kits have been so different since that a lot of people don't want to put their games on there. Because you'd have to change the game so much that it's hard to call it the same game.
Yeah. That is kind of worrying, isn't it?
Yeah, like, let's say, for example, that, let's say that you were playing, Overwatch. How would you play Overwatch on a Wii U?
Good question.
Here's how. You'd fucking don't. You go and get a PC like a normal person. There are a fair few people in my college who play Overwatch, and every single person who has a console and plays Overwatch is like, yeah, I just wish that I don't have my PC right now. I want my PC. Why would I play Overwatch on consoles if I had my PC? I want a fucking gaming PC.
Right.
That's what everyone's saying. They just want fucking PCs because they know that that's the best way to do it. And I don't want to get full on fucking PC Master Race or anything, but yes, it is the best way to do it. It's factually correct. I apologize. But
True.
linking back to Ubisoft or Ubisoft, if you prefer.
Both are actually valid.
They are both correct. Yes. Assassin's Creed, not the movie, the game series, that doesn't look like it's going to get a 2017 release.
Yes.
And that's an amazing thought. See, Assassin's Creed said, like, yeah, we're going to take a gap year for 2016. You know, get some time, actually think about the game that we want to make, you know, do something. It's like, yeah, okay, I respect that. Then they made the Assassin's Creed Chronicles series, which was kind of shit, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now we're saying, yeah, now that we've started taking the break, we've got a lot of other games that we can put out, but right now we just want to focus on trying to revitalize the series, you know?
Ooh, yeah, make it fresh again. That's important.
Yeah, they were saying like, well, we've got the opportunity to do something new and really put some new life into the series, so we're going to do it. The game will be ready when it's ready. It's like, yes! Good for you! You know who else has that...
Unity!
Ugh, please. You know who else has that attitude, though?
Who?
Scott Cawthon.
Oh, fucking
FNAF.
Five Nights guy.
Yeah. But to be fair, that's his attitude with everything. Like, if it's done, then it's done. There's no point in me holding on to it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, actually, the last main game, Assassin's Creed, was actually last year.
Mm-hmm. So we might go 2 full years with no Assassin's Creed.
That's gonna be weird.
That's gonna be nice. That's gonna be welcome.
Mm.
If this is gonna be just like, it's a couple, and they're like, we just need to go on a break. We need to go on a break. Fuck. Just give me another stealth game while I wait. Please. One with actual stealth, please. And thankfully, Dishonored 2 will be coming out in November.
Hey.
I do actually think that Dishonored 2 is a good way to wean yourself off from Assassin's Creed. Just Dishonored in general, sorry. Because you can do the big, mega, like, huge fighting scenes, but you can also be very stealthy and, like, think about your actions and...
Never stab a knife into anyone.
Like, the biggest problem with Dishonored was the fact that you could never put the knife away. But I know why that was the case. And it was a very clever thing. Because you want to constantly remind people, you know, you could be doing this a lot easier. It would be so easy to just kill them, wouldn't it? And I like that. I like the reminder that anytime I take out my blink, I can also see the option to murder someone.
Yes.
Or, if I'm doing a kill everything run, even better, because then I can take out my blink and dash towards people, stab them in the throat, then dash to their friends, stab them in the throat, and summon a horde of rats.
And then run the fuck away.
Well, the rats will just eat the bodies. They won't kill me. They know better.
Isn't there, like, one of those fucking whalebone things that actually makes it so that rats don't do a thing to you?
The bone charms?
Yeah, bone charms.
No, there's the white rat friend, so the white rats won't hurt you.
Ah.
Rat swarms will still kill you. But yeah, like, what am I trying to fucking say here? I feel like Dishonored is probably my favorite stealth game. And when Dishonored 2 comes out, that very well may change, and it looks like it's going to. Because the game does let you choose, okay, do you want this to be a stealth game or a power fantasy? Because you can have either.
Yeah, because what's her face's Amelia?
Emily. Lady Emily.
Emily, that's it. Yeah, her skill set seems particularly fucking powerful.
They both are, because the most fun thing that you can do, in my mind, is just, while a group of people are having a big argument, just use a gust of wind from your left hand, bitch slap a door open, take out a gun, murder all of them in 0.1 second.
Yes.
And then the last one is alive, and they're just looking on in horror. And you just slowly walk up to them, stab them in the throat, and leave.
Now you go shadow mode and just rip.
That's not a thing in Dishonored.
Oh, in
Corvo
this
can't do that.
Dishonored, okay.
Corvo can blink towards them. And it's very fun to just see two guards having a discussion, and then the masked terrorist just shows up between them and just says, "Sup."
Sup, motherfuckers.
Hello, have you heard about our Lord and Savior, your demise? Have you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? Yes? Well, that was a mistake because no one could save you from me.
Ooh.
I like that one. I'm going to remember that.
Edgelord.
You know what? The thing is, we make fun of edgy characters. I really like it. I fucking love that shit.
Yeah.
Unironically.
They are amazing.
Because it's so fun to just be so stupidly over the top. Like, Reaper,
Yes.
I think he has the best design in Overwatch. I honestly do. Because he's so very directly the Reaper. He took that name up and said, I am walking between life and death, and I am going to push people over that fucking line. And he just took everything into account for that. The name of all his abilities. The Wraith Form, the Shadow Step, the Death Blossom, even his guns are called the Hellfire Shotguns. Funny enough, someone recently asked me, what do you think is the weakest design in Overwatch? I have no...
Weakest design in Overwatch? Like...
Yeah, like character design.
What's it?
And I've heard a lot of people say like Soldier 76 or Lucio, and it's like, no and also no. For me.
I gotta think about that one, actually.
Yeah, it's a good question, because a lot of the characters are incredibly well designed. And the solution that... Not solution. The answer I've come up with is Winston. I think Winston is the weakest design.
Okay.
Mostly because it's very easy to say hyper-intelligent monkey.
Good point.
It's a very common trope. And also,
Yeah.
the rest of his design
Planet
is...
of the Epic exists.
Well, that's what he's based on. Like the Moon Research Lab where he was made, the reason he's not there anymore is because the other apes were planning a revolution. He was like, I don't want to be a part of that, so he left to Earth and joined Overwatch.
Lol.
That's the actual fucking reason. Overwatch lore just doesn't give a shit sometimes, and it's amazing. But yeah, like, the rest of his design is just, like, vaguely astronaut. It's like, there's not a lot going on that I find especially interesting. That said, though, the Explorer skin is fucking amazing. It's...
yes.
Because he gets a rather nice moustache.
Why a monkey can grow a moustache?
Well, it's a fake
Who
one.
Who cares? He's got a moustache.
It's a fake one. He put it on. It's genuinely hard for me to sit and try and think, who has the weakest design in Overwatch? Because I think they are all well designed. Even Winston, I'm talking shit on his design, I still think it's nice how they did him.
Like, okay, so the cheekiest answer would be kind of like Zenyatta, because Buddhist monk. But then again, his religion isn't Buddhism.
It's his... Actually, he doesn't have a religion. He's just spiritual belief. Mundata had a religion, and he was the one trying to start it when he died. And Zenyatta was like, no, you idiot, that won't work. Telling a bunch of people to believe the same thing isn't gonna fucking help. People need to come to their own conclusions
You gotta beat it into them.
People need to come to their own conclusions about who they are. You can't tell them who they are. That's not how people work.
Huh.
We came to the realization that we had a soul, and we happened to come to the same conclusion. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go around the world and find a troubled cyborg ninja. BRB.
I still love Genji's background. It's so silly.
Well, I love because it's a Yakuza mob story with ninjas. That's what his backstory is, and it's amazing.
Yeah. Also, can we real quick talk about like actual visual design
Of
of the
course.
characters? There is one thing that's been kind of peeving me looking at this picture here.
Okay, I'm not going to put it up on the street on the thing.
No. Hanzo is totally human, quote unquote. Have you seen his legs? Have you seen them feet?
Oh, what you mean the claw things?
That and how skinny his fucking like ankles look.
Hang on, let me see
That does not look...
let me see the picture. Fucking hell! People watching at home, you can just look this up.
I'm using this one, but it's a very high res one, so
Yes, I have seen that, Marcy. You know why that's the case? Because he binds his legs. It's very
that sounds very unreasonable.
well. No, it's okay. You know how he has the wall climb shit? He needs to be able to climb walls in order to do that. And if fucking for some reason his leg were to start bleeding, he kind of wants the blood to stay in. Those are basically bandages. You can have legs that thin.
He just skips leg day or something?
Hanzo is leg day.
I just can't see such a physique on the bottom working with the physique on the top. It just looks so silly for me.
Hang on, I'm just gonna bring up the entire Overwatch cast. Just look them over, left to right. Let's see who we got here. Let's see. Who's got a kind of weakness? May, I guess. Because she's just wearing a heavy coat, but even then, I like the heavy coat. I like what she's doing with it. Diva, I actually really like her design. Because... specifically her mech. Because they were like, okay, we need to make a mech, but we also need to make it look vaguely like a bunny.
Exactly this.
Actually, fun thing. Sometimes in the game, you'll just hear, as Diva's starting to use her rocket, she'll say, bunny hop. And what she's saying there is bunny hop.
Yeah, which is a gaming thing. Definitely a gaming thing.
But no, she just likes bunnies. Not everything has to be video games.
Yeah.
Come on, man. There's more to her than that.
Well, bunny hopping is actually a strategy that people use in shooters.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about. Funny enough,
Yes.
with Lucio, because of how he can move around and jump on walls and shit, people actually refer to that as frog jumping.
Huh.
He's got to be frog hops. Actually, I think Torbjorn has a fairly weak design. Just in the sense that Blizzard had done it before. It's specifically made to look like World of Warcraft. And even then, I still like the design! Yeah, I don't think anyone has a bad design. Oh, wait, no, hang on. Ganymede. There we go. Ganymede is the weakest design in Overwatch. We're done.
Yep.
It's Ganymede.
We're done.
We can go home, guys. Nobody has a weak design, because Overwatch is an incredibly well-designed game. Just fuck.
Yes.
Actually, something I found out recently. Do you know Genji was originally a pure melee character? Like, he didn't have the shuriken, he just had the katana.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
I found out, I was like, huh. I wonder where they turned that into his ultimate. I mean, what, you don't want Genji running around with his ultimate constantly? I do. That sounds hilarious. I actually want a version. I want one of the brawls to be you can use your ultimate at all times. I want that to be just you can only use your ultimate and it charges in a second. That's what I want. You know why?
It's high noon.
You know why? Nuff
What?
this, nuff this, nuff this, nuff this, nuff this, nuff this.
Well, it wouldn't be
Molten
that good because you need
core!
to recall every time.
Yeah, but... Ryuga Wagateki no Kura!
Yeah, and then heroes never die every
Yeah,
single second.
Mercy would be OP. But also, it would
Mercy
be
would get play of the game every game.
She already does.
That's been fixed, apparently.
Yeah. Also, Widowmaker's getting buffed.
Ooh.
Yeah. They reduced the time it takes for her to pull up and put down her gun.
Huh.
Because that was the thing that she was sorely lacking, and that's not a joke.
Yeah.
Because she was a bit too clunky. Because Zenyatta only had 150 health, and he died all the time. Now he doesn't, and Blizzard should probably get back on that.
Gotta go fast.
Yep. Yep. Sorry about that. Yeah, Anyway, there was... Do you want to talk D&D? Because I feel like it's about time we talk some D&D. So,
Sure.
Dungeons and Motherfucking Dragons. We all love a bit of it. Some good old D&D.
Yes.
D&Dizzle. Some... Well, I currently am in the process of making a fun little power fantasy campaign where it's just everyone is as overpowered as they want to be. Min-max to shit.
Yes. I'm very much excited for this. This is gonna be something else.
Yeah. And it's fun because Marcy's girlfriend, Sky, she's going to be playing with us, and she is making a Greek-inspired water main cleric who's a tiefling.
Yes.
Tiefling clerics
For those
are rare.
of you,
I like
for
them.
those of you unfamiliar with what a tiefling is,
They've already left.
why are you listening to this?
They've already fucking left. They heard, let's talk D&D, and we're like, okay, well, we're out. Let's ignore the nerds now. We don't need that fucking shit. Let's go. That's Satan's game. Come on, let's go play. Let's go do some Pathfinder.
Pathfinder is fun too, though.
Yeah, like, I ain't got anything against Pathfinder. I just prefer D&D because it's a game.
Yeah,
Like,
it's easier.
oh yes, easier to get into, mind you, because we play 5th edition. And
Yep.
though I am looking into Tenrabancho Zero.
Yes.
Yes. And if you're
It is so
unfamiliar
good.
with that, which I can't blame you, Tenrabancho Zero is like D&D or Pathfinder, except they completely eliminated the D20, and also the game is made to be as much like a kabuki theater as possible. So other people who are at the table aren't just encouraged to sit there and like let a scene play out. No, they're encouraged to jump in and like comment, and there's actually a system for it. So if ever another player does something badass, you can give them points. You can be like,
Ike shit, as it is called.
yeah, like the other players are genuinely encouraged. Like if there's a scene that doesn't involve your character, you can jump in as like an NPC.
Yeah, that is technically a home rule because you need a key eye point. An eye key point in order to jump in according to the base rules. But it's just more fun to be able to jump in and do dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like be Buddhist priest, Bud Light.
Bud Light with lime.
Something. Yes.
Who offers everyone tea.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Speaking of, I know this isn't going to reach a lot of people. Go check out a channel called Third Wheel. They do a series called Thrilling Intent. It's amazing. They play Pathfinder, and they just hide all the roles.
And homebrew to shit.
Oh yeah, it's very homebrewed. It includes Marcus Valafi, the Tiefling Sorcerlock, Gregor Hartway, lovely warrior gentleman, and Ash. Ash is
An oracle.
Ash is just
Technically.
Ash is just kind of sad. She's just
She's
sad
just
a lot of
sad
the
all
time.
the time.
And also Kier, but Kier doesn't come until like the 15th episode or so.
Yes.
It's about 130 or so episodes in, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And they're still. Their current arc has like 35 episodes or something.
Well, the current arc of Jinkala and the Enorians, or whatever you'd like to call it, has been going on since about the 60s.
Yeah.
It's been going on a while, and it's building very well. They have a very wide, interesting cast of characters, including JoJo's Bizarre Adventure joke. No, he's my favorite. He is my favorite.
He is so amazing. Yeah, they are currently at episode 145.
Yes.
Good gosh.
Who else do they have? Because I know there's one other who I love. They actually have a very interesting idea of certain rules that you could use. For example, beloved Sorcerlock eventually gets his hands on some wild magic, and what he does with it is, instead of wild magic working how it normally would, he just gets to invoke it. So he just creates the magic and lets it choose its own effect, which can range from a series of shadowy fireworks blasting at the opponent to summoning a confused fat man.
I love the confused fat man.
I think he was naked as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was.
Or there's the what was the other one that I really liked? There's the super buff rule, which I'm using, which is the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure character. He just uses one spell, but it's been buffed. So the spell he uses is Message, and instead of it being a message, which is like a spectral person appears and can deliver like a one-line sentence or whatever.
Yes, basically.
It's instead been buffed into a point where it summons a grand, masterful body, painted through literature, who can recite an entire tome, if it should so wish, and have physical effects on the world, and eventually becomes capable of rewriting the laws of the universe. And
which is pretty much, I believe, one of the later versions of Dio's stand from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Stando! But, yeah, I really like him. And I like using that rule, but not with any sort of spell that would inflict damage. So, like, inflict wounds? No. Fireball? No, that's lame. Speak with plants? Do tell. Because that's just more interesting. It's more interesting to see people do crazy shit.
Or, what was it again? Mirror image. Which becomes fucking Kagebunshi no Jutsu.
Kagebunshi no Jutsu! I don't know how that says. But yes, go and watch that. It's amazing. It's very charming. It's my favorite series that I'm watching on YouTube. And that includes my own, none of which have started, so you know that it's good.
Yeah.
I even started working on most of them. But yeah, I like using that rule now, and I won't use it in everything. But another campaign that I'm working on in the background, like sort of low-key, is a horror-themed campaign, which I've decided against using, partly because one of my players hated the idea of one rule in particular, which is a rest rule, which is a short rest would be 8 hours long, and a long rest would be a week. And I liked that for a horror campaign because it really discourages combat, like a lot.
Yeah.
Like if it's gonna take you 8 hours to heal, you don't want to fight fucking anything. And then when you get hit, that's a fucking thing. That's a serious thing that you have to be like, oh god, no, I've taken 3 damage.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
I found the stand that the character, which is JoJo's reference, has basically, which is the world over heaven, basically reality overrides. It's one of his abilities. So there's that.
I do need to watch JoJo's. It's one of those anime. But the thing is, I have no idea where to start.
I think there's only one anime right now, actually. There's just a lot of manga.
Do I start with the OVA that was in the 90s with Dio? Do I do this? Do I do that? I don't know.
Dio is, I think, just a general villain in the series.
Dio Brando!
Yes.
Man. I just want Persona 4 again. Okay, I just want to play Persona 4. It's all my mind is on it because I just want to play fucking Persona 4, and I can't, and I want to. I don't know. I might do like a Persona series at some point. That might be a thing.
Maybe.
It would be nice. But I believe we've just about run out of things to talk about for now.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, if any of you enjoyed, let's wrap this up. If you enjoyed, please share it to your friends. Show your cat. They'll love it, I'm sure. It'll be great. It'll be a great bonding experience for the two of you. A lot of good stuff.
I wholly encourage this message.
Yeah. Your cat can become a concurrent viewer. Just sit down with your cat or your dog. You know, we're not judging. You got a pet cockroach? Fucking fine. What from Jimmy the Cockroach? We don't care.
Got a snake? Sure, bring it along.
But yes, do share, do enjoy, and please, if you enjoyed, come back next week and we'll be talking about the other shenanigans. Until then, have a good week.
Bye.